What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. We're over here to discuss this last episode of Beverly Hills. We're at season 14, episode 7. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's discuss how it goes down, gets down, all the way down in the DMs, y'all. Um, I want to understand why Kyle is over here trying to pretend like she doesn't get why Dorit is so upset about her communicating with PK. PK over here, text DMs. I don't know. They're over here doing a lot texting. And this is the lie. Are you texting Kyle or are you DMing? I feel like when me and my people be sending sending memes to each other, it's like directly either on TikTok or Instagram, wherever you see the DMs. Like I don't download the meme and then text it or send it to the text. You just directly do it. And please don't act like y'all don't follow each other. We also have a group. We have a group where things that are like, just between me and my man, maybe we have our own little situation. And then there's like the family thing where when we see something funny, we want to share with everyone. So let's get started where they get started, child. They still down to the Viper room and they're screaming at each other across the table. I feel like at some point during this argument, Dorit had asked Kyle if she could see the messages. We didn't see that part, but it's implicated by all these ladies that what's her name? Dorit was like, let me see the messages, and Kyle refused. Now these Beverly Hills ladies, for me, they be acting a lot. So sometimes the lines get blurred between what's like the argument part and what's the acting part because they be putting a lot of sauce on it. Dorit slobbering and spraying spit across the table. And she's reaching over and lunging like she about to do something. And Kyle's got her famous vein popping out. It doesn't pop out as much as it used to because clearly she's had a little situation tightening her forehead. My forehead is tight. I have it like, and I'm like, shout out to y'all to do the things you do. I'm just grateful that my budget doesn't allow any of those things, that I can go ahead and not have, not have veins and things pop bulging out. I will say, like, when I get very angry, my ears get red, and I mean, there's some pressure. Like, I feel like the veins in my neck is the ones that be bulging. I can feel the pulsation of the anger running through my bloodstream. But I also think that Kyle is used to being in control of things. Now, I'm a Capricorn, and Kyle is a Capricorn. So although I don't agree with her, I definitely understand where she be coming from some of the times where y'all be really mad at her. And for all you zodiac people, we need to learn how to accept the bad along with the good. Like we want to talk about all the positive things that are related to our astrological sign. I think Kyle's birthday is like the day before mine, so there's probably like a lot of similarities in why I understand. Now, I don't know what her risings and all of these other things and her moons and things are, but we just going strictly based on what we got going on over here. I feel like the argument is real, but I feel like there's a lot of acting and dramatics. Hey, Doreen, is she acting or is she for real? Why she got her mouth on Mauricio's shoulders? I feel like this right here is the reason why Kyle is mad for real, for real. Now they both wrong, but I'm just saying I feel like that right there is the reason why Kyle is got her veins busting out all over her forehead and things, child. I already told y'all. I feel like, funny memes between people should be in a group chat. And when people are separated like Kyle, stop acting like you don't understand. Like you and PK, we were friends. We were friends. We be being friends. Okay, but now the friendship is just shifted. Like both of y'all are going through a divorce. And I want to know why, Kyle, you feel so much solace in PK. rather than your friend Dorit. Like, I feel like if you just separate yourself from both of them. And that's what Dorit was calling you out on. Like, okay, now all of a sudden, Dorit, every time I look at your mouth on Mauricio's shoulder, it makes me like wonder what's really going on here. Is Garcelle trying to be funny? What is she talking about? Are you okay? No, she's not okay. She's in a full-blown argument, blowing her stack over here with her bestie. And also, Garcelle, when you found out your man was cheating, you sent a whole email over to his job, letting all the people over there know what type of man he was. So if you think it's normal for her to be okay when her friend is over here texting, DMing, or something with PK, her husband, that she's currently separated from. They're not even divorced, they're in the process. And we all know, for all of these people going through divorces on these shows, the process be processing. Everybody be processing things differently. PK done shut her off. Why is he texting you and he's not texting me? And I ain't seen his ass for 2 weeks. These kids want to know where their daddy is. Girl, did he say anything about that while y'all was over there being funny? Because in Dorit's house, I don't feel like ain't shit funny right now. Dorit had enough. She grabbed her stuff and the party's over. And it was over. Like, how do you go back to, calm conversation after that? And Kyle is sitting at the table like, she don't understand. Why would y'all be feeling away? And the girls is looking at her like, girl, we already think it's inappropriate for you and PK to be into any type of contact with one another. Now Kyle has to go on a tour to make sure that, she knows who's on her side. I feel like if Kyle would have brought this up, and this is, and I'm speaking from how I feel like for things, within my own head. I feel like if Kyle said anything about Dorit with her mouth all over Mauricio's shoulder, that the people would have been like, I mean, they were having a moment and they going through some things and she didn't mean it. Funny story. This is a me story. It's similar to this situation. That's why I'm bringing it up. So, in the workplace, I'm going to call her Big Back Becky. In the workplace, Big Back Becky, and when I say workplace, I mean my workplace. Big Back Becky was over here crossing lines and boundaries of things. You know what I'm saying? We not friends. Me and Big Back Becky just happened to work at the same place. You know what I'm saying? So my partner, significant other, was working at a barbershop across the street and decided that to promote himself, he would put some flyers on the cars. All right. Because, new over here, trying to let the people know I'm over here. Bam. He put the flyers on the card. He put his Instagram on there so you could go see his work. This is how we market in this industry and in many other industries too. I'm just saying. So he don't know whose cars is whose. He's in the parking garage and around in the neighborhood, putting the flyers on the car. Now, Big Bag Becky goes to her car and she sees the flyer. Now, mind you, he worked across the street, so he in and out of my place of work all day long. Not like in a nuisance way, but do you want lunch? What's up? What you doing? Are you busy? That kind of thing. So any type of conversation that Big Back Becky wanted to have with him, she could have said it to him because she was going to see him anyway, probably. But she decided she was going to go on his Instagram, the one that he put on the flyer, and send him a message, a video message that disappears. All right. Now, mind you, me and Big Back Becky are not friends. Like, this is somebody I tolerate in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? So when we get home, we're talking. He's like, oh, hey, yeah. You know what had happened earlier today? Big Back Becky sent me a message. It was kind of weird. So the message was, I already have one, meaning barber. But Big Back Becky is bleach blonde and things. So don't look like she sees the barber, right? So now I'm mad because I'm like, why are we sending disappearing videos and things? Like, we're not friends, we're not cool. What is, we co-workers. That's it, that's all. So when I confronted her about it, she was unapologetic. She was pretty much like, all I did was because Big Back Becky didn't do nothing wrong. It's me, angry black woman over here making, a big deal out of nothing because she's innocent. Big Back Becky is. And so, I mean, I could go deeper because things have gone so much far beyond that. But my point is, I felt the way about it. I didn't feel no type of way about Big Back Becky before the incident, but afterwards, like at the very least, I feel like she could have been like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't even really wasn't even thinking about it like that." But that's not what she did. She got all defensive and didn't bring it up. Like, wasn't gonna say nothing. And for whatever reason, apparently the way I was looking at her made her feel like she should ask me if I have something going on, if something is wrong. She pulled a Garcelle. Are you okay? So yeah, I mean, DMs and things should be very much transparent. I'm still mad about that shit. I guess that's why I brought it up. But this is like about just triggering me to think about, how that whole thing played out. And I think, like, what if I wouldn't have said nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you testing the waters to see what it is? And what if he wouldn't have said anything? So then y'all just sending secret messages and videos and things like y'all got to be careful with these DMs and things. If you're going to be DMing people, make it a group text so everybody knows what's going on. I don't know why in the middle of the night, PK will find something so funny that he's like, oh, hey, let me send that to Kyle. She'll think that's funny. Y'all need to I don't know, reset your boundaries and things. So like I said, Kyle is over here trying to make sure her friend group is understanding why she's so innocently texting this man and things. She doing damage control. So Garcelle arrives and they get into this whole conversation, and Kyle keeps saying this thing like, I don't know this girl. This girl that Dorit keeps being like, I don't know her. And I think like everybody is like, yeah, because this Dorit is snapping back on your ass. You're not used to that. You're used to being in complete control of the relationship. And now Dorit's not playing them games with you no more. So now you're like, what are you doing? This is not the way you're supposed to respond to things. I mean, and Garcelle and Sutton both tell her, like, I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't like it, this whole, texting my ex thing. And, they start talking about infidelities. Garcelle is like, based on what I went through, like, even though I know the situation is different, I still can feel where she's coming from. And Sutton is like, girl, didn't you have some infidelities over there in your marriage? And Kyle looked at her like she had three heads, child. No, she didn't have any infidelities. That's what the people said. Like, we don't have no proof, but Mauricio was, the hottest husband on Bravo and things for the last, I don't know, 11, 12 years, however long we've been here. So we have no proof. And so we don't know. What we do know, though, is Kyle was over there parading the whole girlfriend around in front of Mauricio. And I kind of feel like, based on the rumors that were going on about Mauricio, Kyle thought she would put a spin on that thing and smash this whole, girlfriend thing in his face, and her questioning, what she was trying to be. And it backfired. Because then he was like, all right, bet. Well, maybe we should separate for a while. Now he got a swingers pad penthouse playhouse over there. And, here she is. No Morgan. We can't even say her name no more. I also think Kyla's very calculating, and she's been waiting for a while to get her get back. You know what I'm saying? She got this picture saved to her phone, the whole video even. yeah, she definitely been holding that grudge. Boz has to get fibroid surgery. Boz says she's 47 years old and she wants to carry a baby for her man who's 48. And I'm like, he's never been married. He doesn't have any children. And now all of a sudden he would like 1 to 3. And I'm like, well, these are a bunch of red flags, like a whole bucket and basket of red flags. Because thing one, both of y'all are nearing 50. It just seems strange to me for people this age to be like planning a family. And Boz, like getting the Bose. I always have a problem with that. Bose has a daughter and probably never contemplated having more children. Clearly, she probably could have, but then, her whole story with her husband. But now she's with this man. He's never been married. And now all of a sudden, at 48 years old, he wants to plan a family with someone who's 47. Ciao. I stopped at 38. And being a grandmother is very much fun. Being a mother, on the other hand, at that age, y'all can have it. It's just, I'm just wondering now about whatever his name is. I don't remember. So she goes and gets her surgery. She gets home and her man is like making sure she good, did pillows, ginger ale, cranberry juice, whatever it is she needed, he took care of it. And then apparently Glam came through because 5 hours later, Kyle came over. And she's got on a full beat and a wig, and she's sitting there like the queen that she is, receiving her well wishes from her friends. I was like 5 hours after I get home from a hospital. I don't know, Kyle, if I'm up for visitors. Why don't you just try again tomorrow? Let me have a little rest. But, it's work time and Bose is the boss and she pulls that film crew in there so she can have this conversation with Kyle. And Kyle is like, I didn't like what she said down at the Viper Room, so I need to have a talk with her. No, you're not, because you're a punk. And I really doubt, I don't even remember any conversation about what was said at the Viper Room. Not as it relates to Boz, but who said, girl, that is not girl code to be over here texting somebody's husband. Separated, divorced, in a lovely situation. It's just a little weird for you to be texting somebody's husband. Kyle's like, listen, I didn't know what was going on. They have this discussion about people thinking they're best friends and things. And I guess, child, I have friends and a small amount. Like on my one hand, I could count my friends, the ones that I'm in contact with, and that I talk to and share personal things with. And I feel like I have shared personal things with different, like some of them know some of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have different friends that you vent to about different things. But apparently, according to Kyle, what's this lady? Doree has never shared any of her personal stuff, with her. And then they flash back to a very personal conversation of Dorit telling Kyle how, the things ain't so cool between her and PK. And I feel like as friends, they probably both said that. I don't know if Kyle was over here sharing deeply with you, not after you put your mouth on her husband's shoulder, but maybe that's where the shift came, Dorit. Go back to your timeline, catch your calendar, and see when this had happened. And see if that coincides with when Kyle pulled back off of you a little bit. I'm just, I'm seeing things from both sides. That's it. That's all. So in order for Kyle to prove, her side to Bose, I don't know what she was trying to prove, honestly. She just made herself look more guilty, to be honest. But she pulls out this video of Dorit, all walking up behind, you know, Mauricio's shoulder and leaning her lips all on it. Bingo, girl, this is what you're really mad about. That's how I feel about it. I knew she wasn't okay with that. I've heard the rumors and everybody's like been like, they out here saying that Mauricio and Dorit got something going on and it was real quiet. But I had a feeling this was the issue all along. I'm glad that it's come out in the light because back in episode 1, I was feeling like this was part of the problem. I feel like Kyle lay in wait. She was waiting on her opportunity to get this lady back. Anyway, where they go? Sutton and Kyle and Garcelle. Erica Jane went around telling everybody who would listen that did nobody give her a pizza party. So they took this lady to Chuck E. Cheese to, I don't know, make her feel better about what happened with her divorce and things. She wanted a pizza party, so they gave her a pizza party. And Chuck E. Cheese is a bigger pizza party than the one that they had over there at, I don't know whose house they went to. Kyle's house. Kyle got a pizza party, so now they're, returning the favor. Anyway, they had a driver to get over to Chuck E. Cheese, Karen Huger, and I don't even believe there's any alcohol in Chuck E. Cheese. Just saying. I don't know why. When I seen them driving around in a black car, I'm like, hell, they not even getting ready to go nowhere and turn up. And here go Karen wrapping her car around a tree. Girl, you better get you a black car from here on out. Erica has been over here decorating her home, and they just have a discussion about her pretty much pulling her life together after all the drama that she went through. And I feel like it would have looked weird for her to go do all of this stuff in the moment because the people were already feeling a way about, whatever benefit she got from the nonsense that her husband was over there doing with those people's money. And I don't think that she was involved necessarily, but she definitely reaped the benefits and then didn't want to give that stuff back. That people were mad at Erica mostly because she wasn't having any sympathy for the people whose money was stolen. We already know how Sutton came out of her divorce, and she's willing to give a class to anyone going through it on how to get your money, forensics and all. Kyle and Mauricio, they still trying to figure out. They seem to think that doesn't know what she wants, and I'm like, well, she might not know what she wants, but it seems like Mauricio is clear on what he wants, and he wants to be a hot boy. He want a hot boy, summer, winter, spring, fall. He want to relax over there in his bachelor pad condo. Him and PK is over there eating popcorn and probably got a hot little young girl come through and clean things up for them. Just saying. Garcella's over here like, girl, Kyle, you need to live your life. You still stuck on that relationship because she told them that the first person that she called, well, she told that to Sutton and Garcelle. First person I called when this whole fight broke out with Dorit was Mauricio. She wanted to go over there and buy the man towels and, load his dishwasher and things. She wants to be his wife, but it doesn't look good. Not in the moment. Garcelle like, girl, live your life. If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. And then she gets all clutching her pearls, and I'm like, girl, you was over there acting like a lesbian. That's what happened when you joking around and then things backfire. Now you don't want to look a fool. When you look a fool. It would have been better if you came over here ready to fight Dorit for putting her mouth on your man's shoulders. I'm just saying. What a strange place to kiss someone that you're not intimate with. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine leaning into your friend's husband and then kissing his shoulder while your husband watch? What y'all got going on over here? PK and Dorit, where y'all into? Erica Jane told Kyle, like, listen, I hung out with Dorit, and what she really wants is to see them text messages between you and Kyle, you and PK. And Kyle was like, listen, I'm a grown woman and I'm gonna live my life feeling like I need to show text to people, but I'm gonna tell you what I said. And she sent him a text. She said after they made the announcement about separating, she reached out to PK, letting him know basically if you need anybody, I know you got a lot of friends, but if you need somebody, then I'm here for you, PK. And then she said, what else did she say? She said she is never, ever going to repeat anything that he has ever shared with her. And she also initiated, like, we can just send memes to each other. And don't forget the laughing emojis. So, she literally set up this whole relationship that has, blossomed between her and PK. And I'm like, did you call Dorit? And be like, girl, wait a minute now. I know y'all were having some problems, but I didn't know you were headed to separation. See, that seems like something a friend would do, even if y'all aren't cool like that, Now, if I'm calling PK, then I'm calling Dorit too. That's all I'm saying. I just sent him a little text. Girl, was that to piss off Mauricio too? I don't think your plots and plans and plans and plots is working. And then PK be drunk over there. So who knows what he be saying under the influence to Kyle and Mauricio. He venting their business. She knows more than she's letting on. That's for darn sure. That's why I would never share anything that you told me. Mm-hmm. What was he juiced up saying over there? They looking at her like, wait, what girl? What? Yes, she initiated the whole thing. Now, Kyle, you out here on your own with this one. The people be out here in these streets saying they ready for you to go. And I don't want to get involved in any of that necessarily. You don't bother me that much, honestly. But girls, please. So Garcelle finally goes to meet up with Boz. She's, taking her some good old Jamaican food because all the other ladies sent her flowers. And when you're home and sick, you do want to eat. Garcelle said she didn't know where is a Haitian restaurant. How do you not? How do you not I guess she cooks all the food on her own, but how do you not know where to find a Haitian restaurant, girl? She found a Jamaican restaurant. I generally find one too. Wherever I move, I need to know where is the Jamaican food gonna be at. I mean, I could cook some a little bit on my own, but not like, I like the authentic stuff, not the little yang yang I'll be doing around in the kitchen. When they talk about how, Dorit and Kyle were going blow for blow over at the Viper Room and Garcelle was telling her, yeah, they friends, but I ain't never seen them like get down like that, like that. Garcelle came over there talking about the reason why she hasn't had a chance to meet up with Bose is because what she say, Dorit is an embryo all up in her cooch. And I'm like, girl, stop. I don't know why that's an issue. She just got over here. I don't even think she has hung out with Dorit like that, like that. They done a couple few things, but did you ask the lady to do anything? Well, you over here being, the producer extraordinaire, and although we're happy to see you do it, girl, don't come over here and act like this Dorit is the reason why you haven't had any type of interaction with Bose. I wouldn't bring her up. I would let her find out for herself. And then when she asks you what's the deal, you gonna say it's because she talked too much. That's your reason why you don't like her? That's lame, girl. Because you and Dorit have had some other issues. And you should have said that. We've had some personal issues between the two. So yeah, for me, she's not my cup of tea. But get to know her and see what happened. Maybe your experience will be different than mine. But right now, her and her bestie want to kill each other. So Garcelle tells Boz, yeah, we were down to the Chuck E. Cheese, and Kyle read those messages, girl, and they were saying how she was over here keeping PK's secrets. And Boz is like, so this lady don't know the meaning of friendship, relationships, or ain't nothing going on. Yep. This information sent Boz in a whole short circuit. She started doing division and things because at the end of the day, Kyle, if you're bothered that this lady's over here like rubbing on Mauricio's shoulder with her lips, you should have confronted her about that instead of coming up with this whole scheme where you're sending text messages to PK. Even like the way you delivered it to Garcelle was to imply that there was something going on between PK be calling me. You didn't say, me and PK still send memes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Which is still not cool. So I don't know, Kyle, how you're gonna spend this. Seems like next week it's not gonna go good for Kyle. They having some type of spa day together, and they like, girl, pull up the messages in front of everybody. We all want to see what you was over there saying to PK. And now she got a few more veins popping out. They like not just on her forehead, she got veins popping out all around the side. It seems as though the jig is up and she doesn't know what to do with herself. So she thinks that the best route to go, you know, Kyle is the baby sister, so she's probably really good at this one. You stomp your feet and you cry and you walk out the room, tell these people, F all y'all, this is not what, you know, you're not going to treat me like this. So yeah, that's how that's going to turn out. Um, that's where we're leaving it. That's how they leaving it. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back for some more stuff. Probably here real soon. Bye, y'all.